Hello everybody, Thorgal here, and welcome back to another episode of Avant 3 here on the FTOG server. A big episode planned for today, but first, we are going to catch up on what I changed over here on this bloodhound. You guys see all the runes are gone, everything, because I am done with slates. And if I need more slates or something, then I'm not. I counted a million times. You guys see all these slates I made between episodes. So, let me first tell you guys a little bit about the problem I ran into. And that is the powered spawner. That powered witch spawner right here. You guys remember it spawned 6 witches. But I noticed that when I get out of range, they despawn just like vanilla mobs. So if I got over 32 blocks away, they stop moving and then eventually either got killed because they stopped moving, so they're not throwing any more regen potions. And if I got over 128 blocks, they instantly despawn, right? So that was a big problem. And for today, I made a tier 5 witch shard that we're going to be able to use because these don't despawn. Because I also tested, I spawned these witches and then gave them 6 of them name tags. And it seems that when you give them name tags, they turn into a dumber version of themselves. They don't heal themselves anymore with the regen potion and stuff. So after a couple of, 30 seconds or whatever, they died. So you cannot use the old way of just keeping endless LP in your altar with name tagged witches. It doesn't seem to work. And that is the other reason. Tier 5 soul shard, the witches don't despawn and they're natural. So this spawns, I tested it over here, it spawns 22 witches in the area and then stops, okay? So that's what we're going to use, but in order to make all these slates, I didn't want to do it by hand. So I changed the program and I added the other 2 slates here. So we got blank, reinforced, imbued, and demonic, right? Is that what it's called? Demonic? Be careful I don't fall down. Yeah, demonic slate. And I changed the program around a bit. I just wanted to show you guys what I changed. You guys see this first block up here is a lot smaller now because I stopped checking if we have LP in the altar. Because I knew with the Well of Suffering that I'm always going to have LP in the altar. And I didn't want to add 2 more fluid monitors. You know, one for these guys right here to make sure that they have 8,000 LP, because 1,000 for blank, another 2,000 for reinforced, and then 8,000 for this. And for this last one, it wouldn't be possible because it takes 15,000. There's no way for me to measure. If I can only get to 10,000, you know, hey, it's full. There's no way to make sure that then I would have 23,000 LP for every one of these, right? So I took that out, so that made it a lot more compact. The same thing still. I'm checking, I'm getting the stone, then making sure if there's stone in here. This beginning section didn't change. And then right here, I'm checking. Oh yeah, I'm just checking if I have the if there's anything in the altar right here, okay? Because if there's something in there, don't put stone because I'm already making a slate. And then there is 4 redstone signals. This is regular slate, the second slate, reinforced, imbued, and demonic. And I always check, hey, is that lever on? If yes, put the stone in the altar. If no, check if the next lever is on. If yes, put the stone in the altar. If no, check if the next redstone is on. If yes, put stone in the altar. If no, go to the 4th lever. If yes, put stone in there. If no, abort program. Meaning there's no lever pulled. We don't need to do anything. And then the big changes down here. This is basic, reinforced, imbued, and demonic. Depending on the lever, I'm checking right here in this section, this, or this. If the lever is on, check if there is a regular blank slate. If yes, take it and then put it into the chest that is now directly above the processor. Okay? So the program itself, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the 2 episodes ago, I think. Yes, that's when we set it up, I believe. Yes, that's when we did it, correct. And you guys see here, net list. I got 4 nodes now. S1 is basic, reinforced, imbued, and demonic. And that's those 4 levers over there. So it worked very nicely. It made me all these slates very painless. I just needed to stay here so the witches don't despawn, which is no problem. But that is a lot of slates, okay? So my problem now is that I'm lazy. I'm just lazy because if you check, it's a rune. There we go. I'm gonna need a bunch of these acceleration runes, which all take buckets. These aren't too bad. I could just craft 200 blank empty buckets I need to make all the acceleration runes I need. But there's this other one. This one. Wait a second. I think it's part. Ooh, where is it? Where is it? Which one do I need? Displacement rune. I also need 120 water buckets to make enough of these, right? I need 40 of them. Yes, I need 40 of these. Well, I'm lazy. So we're gonna play with a little bit of auto crafting today in the beginning. And I could use RF2's auto crafting, but I thought I want to get my feet wet with refined storage. That's a mod that recently added to the pack, which is very similar to Applied Energistics. Okay, so I thought we're gonna get started with this, set this up, and see if we can automate the rune production. I spent about an hour crafting off camera and playing around with this refined storage mod here, trying to understand it better. Because while I do know Applied Energistics very well, you know, a lot of the things here are called different, but I think I have a very good understanding of it now. And I have saved you guys a lot of time crafting. So, it is pretty much, like I said, like Applied Energistics 1. There's no channels or anything like in AE2. And one of the other, I point out the other difference here in a second, but the one thing you're gonna get started with is the solderer, okay? That is pretty much like your inscriber, but you don't need any presses or anything. And I wanted to show you at least one recipe. One of the things I did first is make a bunch of these speed upgrades here, which are very simple to make, again, in the solderer, with sugar, redstone, and an upgrade itself. And the upgrade requires one of these processors that, again, you make in the solderer. And these parts right here, the same, the improved processor and the printed silicon are also made in the solderer. So everything you need this machine, okay? And it's pretty much just the same. You put the gold in here, for example. What? What's going on? Am I crazy? Why you no worky? Oh, I just set this up again. I'm a knucklehead, sorry guys. This doesn't go here, it goes here, and I need a controller. The controller you can make without the solderer itself, you just need a machine casing and some of the silicon. And silicon, by the way, you can either get from the crusher with sand, you can use that silicon, or you can use the refined storage silicon, which is a smelted nether quartz. And this stuff right here, you need a bunch of too. Quartz enriched iron, which is just 3 iron with a nether quartz. The recipes are very good. I like the recipes a lot. They just stick in your head. You craft it once and you can remember it. It's a very well-made mod so far, I have to say. Very impressed. So anyway, but you need a controller. It even says it on this machine right here. Sorry. Needs to be connected with a controller by placing it adjacent to it or connecting it via a cable. So we're gonna put it like that. And let me just put these speed upgrades in here again. So now you can also shift click in it. It puts it in the correct slot always. There's a bunch of other things you make in the solderer. For example, let's see here. What was the other things that I made in here? I think the importer? No. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, yes. Right here, these crafting grids, which are like your terminals. You know what I mean? The fluid one takes a bucket on the bottom, while the regular crafting takes a crafting table, and the pattern one, guess what, takes a pattern. But the other two are always the same. And there's only 3 of these processors. There's one that you make out of iron, one out of gold, one out of diamond. And it's like an AE, instead of the iron, that would be the pure Certus quartz. And then the other thing that you also make in here, of course, is the basic... No. Where is the thingy that I'm looking for? Where art thou? There. No. Where's the thing that you make out of silicon? Why can I not? Right there. Printed silicon. With a silicon, and it makes you that, okay? So let's go ahead and make one of those. And then you can just bam, bam, bam. And that's gonna make us one of these improved processors right there. So this is a very cool machine, and the upgrades were very cheap. So I have a bunch of... Can I do the at? No, I cannot do the at in here. but I have a couple of processors left over and so on. I always craft everything in bulk. So anyways, we won't need this one anymore. You just need that to make parts. I made 2 of these disk drives, thinking that I need 2 because I want item disks and also a fluid disk, because that is what all this is about, right? I want to make sure that I can craft with water buckets and not have to do it by hand because I'm lazy. So, but then I noticed this, that you can put them all in here. Okay, now this is the one thing that I wanted to point out. The big difference is, you guys see here, stored 0 of 1000. This is definitely different than Applied Energistics. The Applied Energistics stored the items completely different. This is almost like easy storage or other mods where you just keep adding storage boxes with it. So every one of these allows me to store 1,000 items. Doesn't matter if it's 1,000 cobblestone, 1,000 bows, anything. Every item put in there is 1. And this fluid storage stores 64 buckets. That's the smallest one. I won't need more than that, okay? But you can put them in here. But over here is a thing here. Type items and type fluids. I don't think that does anything for this itself, okay? I think that is for this up here, a white and a black list. And then you can also compare damage, yes, no. I don't exactly know what all of this does. I got it to go with just the way I'm setting it up now. So I'm just going to use 2 different ones. It doesn't really matter. The one thing I have to say, by the way, I do miss the graphical interface up here showing me how full the drives are. That would be very cool, because you can only see it when you open the disk drive 0 of 2000, okay, or 0 of 64 buckets. And then of course we're gonna need a crafting grid, a fluid grid, and I also made the pattern grid, but we'll set those up in a second. I'm gonna set up the fluid grid. What I'm gonna do, fluid on top of the fluids and crafting on top of these items. And then you open it and there's your crafting grid and there's your fluids. So let's get some water in the system first. So figured I made an infinite water source from pressure pipes. And this is really cool about this mod. You can import just with an importer. Right now nothing is gonna happen because you need to set the importer to fluids. And now it's gonna import fluids, and check it out. It's filling this, it's gonna fill it up to 64 buckets. This is very nice. And it shows you here how full it is. If I add more drives, of course, you can also do that. So, and then the other thing I made is a crafter, a crafting monitor, and a pattern grid. And we're gonna divide this. Let's put the crafter itself here. I'm just gonna make one. I'm not in a rush making these. And then we're gonna put the monitor here and the pattern grid on top there. And this is your pattern encoder. So I'm gonna put my patterns in here, and down here is just a graphical thing. I thought it's gonna show me the item in front, but no, you gotta open this up and it's gonna show us here what we're gonna craft. Now comes the really cool part. All right, now first of all, I'm gonna need to, I don't need this anymore. Let's go back to, add blood. Let's see here, where are the runes? Down here. Oh, no, that's the ritual stones. Am I blind? Yes, they're right here. Okay. So let me bring up my smart list on the other monitor. So just remember how many I need to make. There we go. And let's say I need to, this is what it's all about. The displacement rune here. What does that thing look like? I don't know them. Here we go. The displacement rune. That's the first thing that we need to, I want to make, right? So let's go ahead and encode that pattern here. Displacement rune. Let's see here what it's gonna say. Okay, so it does use stone by default, 3 buckets, an imbued slate, and this blank rune. So let's encode this. And of course I need to go deeper. I need to make the blank rune, which is made like that. Okay, I already see one problem here, and that is the orb. Oh, I got my orbs on me. I want to use... Wait a second, what? Can I use the weak blood orb? Let's see if you work in here. It looks like it does. Okay, because I need to make sure it takes the correct orb. See, that's tied to me. So I'm actually going to put this into the system. So it has it. And I'm going to need to bring the blank slates over here. And let's go ahead and close this. And let's go ahead and get, I don't know how much of this stuff I'm gonna need, so I'm just gonna get a bunch. Let's just get 1,000,000 stone here real quick. Put those in the system. I might have to add another drive. I don't know. I'm probably putting way too much in here. How much is this now? 1281. Okay. And what's the other thing I need? Yes, of course, I need a bucket. I don't need the iron because I'm gonna be able to use these buckets. And we're gonna put these in here. So there's 2 empty ones and 1 full one. And that should be it. So now I just gotta pick up some blank slates. And they are here. Bam. Let's get all of them. I probably won't be able to put them all in here, but that is fine. So let's put in a few stacks. How much room is there now? 1706. Good. And now we come over here to this crafter, and it shows you right here. I'm gonna put the blank rune and the displacement rune in it. Let me see here. Imbued slate. I need imbued slates also. I forgot about that. Let me munch on some steak here. You know what? You all come with me because we're gonna craft, well, not together. I just want to show you guys the process of the most difficult runes here. So this is demonic, this is imbued, and then I got reinforced, more blank, and the demonics. All right, cool. So let's see here real quick. I have stone, I have blank slates, I have the weak blood orb, I have stone, buckets, blank rune, and imbued runes. So, from what I understand is, if there is a bucket that needs a fluid, and you don't have it, it will automatically fill the bucket and craft with it. Alright? So, I need displacement rune, total of 40 of these. So let's go ahead and see if this is gonna work. Missing 39, available 1. That is fine, because it's not gonna use it. And it's telling me we're missing a bunch of... Let's start this. And check this out. When we come to the monitor, hopefully something will happen here. Because I am very sure that this should work. Are we getting anything yet? The buckets are gone. You guys see that? Doing something with the bucket. Maybe it wants to collect all the buckets first. That might be something, so check it out. Let's go ahead and cancel all of these. Am I gonna get the buckets back? So I have, okay, no problem. Let's go ahead and make buckets. Let's say I want, let me make, to make 10 of them, I'm gonna need 3 full buckets. So that's gonna mean I'm gonna need 27 more. Here's 8, 16, 24, 25, 26, 27. Just so I can make 10 at a time. It does make sense why it needs so many buckets, because you want to make this at once. Not sure what's going to happen with the weak blood orb. I might have to make these one at a time, but let's just see. Let's see if I can make 10. And start. So it took the full ones, and it's taking the empty ones. I'm pretty sure it's gonna get stuck on the... Oh, it's making the blank runes. The orb is gone. There's one. I don't know internally. It does it. It makes it. That is what I wanted right here. It's not super fast, but at least I don't need to fill all these buckets by hand. And guys, I know that there's many different ways that we could have done this with a mechanical user or a crafter from RF Tools or auto crafting from RF Tools. But I wanted, like I said earlier, that I wanted to get my feet wet with this mod, because it does seem to have a lot of potential, and I think it's gonna be cool. And I think now, if we go any deeper into refined storage, of course I'm gonna show you guys those steps in other episodes, but I think this was very simple to set up. There's no other tricks that I did here or anything, and like I mentioned, the recipes are super straightforward. So you should be able to craft all this stuff the same way. No craftables, craftables. This is the one thing that I am missing. Because in AE, you were used to be able to middle mouse click on this to start another craft. Shift left click takes them all out. Okay. So I'm just gonna get the next 10 going. Everything is crafted up. I made 60 runes of sacrifice, 40 augmented, 40 displacement, 40 acceleration, and 36 speed runes. And I still have 446 blank slates, so I miscalculated there somewhere. But the imbued and the demonic are all gone. All 80. Yes, all 80 of them. Now, I learned something. That when you have a recipe, check it out. I added all these recipes here. When you have a recipe, let me find one real quick. Right here, for example, the augmented capacity. You guys see it takes 2 buckets. Empty buckets. When there's a recipe that requires empty buckets, it consumes them. If there's a recipe with full buckets, for example this one right here, you get the empty buckets back. So that's why I needed to teach the system how to make buckets. And I also then gave it a bunch of iron. You guys see here gold and sugar and so on for the other runes that I needed. But everything is crafted up, and I'm going to leave this here until both altars are completely set up. And that is what I want to get started with now. I was first thinking of doing it all off camera, setting up the altar, but I think it'd be a really good... it would be really good to explain to you why I chose the runes that I chose, okay? So, I mentioned this in the previous episodes, that this altar right here is going to be my production altar. Meaning, this is where I make slates and whatever else we need to make in the future. This over here is going to be my LP collection altar. Okay? And I'm going to pump the blood from there into here. Or actually, it's life points, life essence. It's not blood. But anyway, so this over here, I want to have fast. Okay, I want things to happen. So in the tier 1, we are going to use 8 speed runes. And I should probably get my sigil of divination. Why can I not see it? Why do I not see you? Alright, let me search here. Sigil of divination. I just want to make sure that whenever... Oh, it did delete it automatically. When we set up one ring, yep, it's tier 2. So right here is 8 speed runes, and I'm gonna do one at a time on both sides. Now this one over here, I'm gonna start with 8 runes of sacrifice. Okay, so if we get more life points from the witches, and I'm gonna put this guy here for a second, so I can place the altar against it. Alright, and this one should also be, it's still tier 1. Tier 2, it just took a second. You guys see I already set up the glowstone and the bloodstone brick over here, just like we did over there. Alright, so next ring we're gonna do here on the collection altar, on this one here, and it's on both sides, it's gonna be the same. I'm going to use acceleration runes. Now acceleration runes is something I've never used before. And as far as I found out, we only need 19 on each one of them. But I'm sorry, guys. I cannot have only 19. It needs to be symmetrical. So I'm going with 20 on both. And what this means is that the altar, by default, gives and receives blood once a second. And there's 20 ticks in 1 second in Minecraft. And if you use an acceleration rune, every acceleration rune brings down 1 tick. So 19 runes brings it down to every tick, so 20 times a second. That is the purpose of the acceleration rune. And that is why we're using 20 on each, so we're actually wasting 1, but I really don't care. It needs to be symmetrical. And this glowstone over here doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is not going to look like that when it's done anyway, okay? So now let's check both of them real quick. Alright, tier 3. So that means this altar, every tick, so 20 times a second, will give blood from the altar to wherever I want it. And this altar over here can receive blood every tick. Okay, it's also tier 3. All right. So now next on the production one here on the left-hand side, so that is gonna be tier 4. I am going to, it's again, sorry, on both the same. And that is, I am putting on both of them displacement rune and runes of augmented capacity. Now displacement runes, as far as I understand, give and receive more blood per cycle, okay? And the augmented capacity just makes the altar hold more blood. And it also, again guys, I tested this once, but I only gathered the information from the interwebs, and I hope that everything is correct the way I read it. So the displacement rune takes a percentage of the altar's blood and gives it off. So every tick, because we have the acceleration runes. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry about that, I just had to cough. And the rune of augmented capacity gives the altar more blood and more storage. And this displacement rune, because it is a percentage of the altar, that means the more the altar holds, the more blood it can give off. At least that's how I understand it. You guys are gonna see, when these two are running, it's absolutely bananas, the amount of blood that we transport every tick from one altar to the other. It's really cool. Now let me think here a second. It needs to start 1 away from this, so let me use this as a filler here. So from here, and that again is, I had 2, 1, 1, 1. It doesn't really matter in what order you do that, but this way it is symmetrical and it's just important to me. So right there, and now we can come from over here, so that is 2, 1, 1, 1, and 2. Good. Let me just double check that I did this one right here. It should show. Yeah, this is tier 4. Yes, yes, tier 4. Do you guys see capacity now? This one can hold 21,435 so far, and I need to do the inside on this one still. Trying to do this all in one take. Where are we? Right there. So 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, and then the last one is right here, I hope. Right? 1 off? Yes. 1 and 2. Now this one should also be tier 4. No. And yeah, it's down. You guys see? Current essence 8,851. I thought it was full. But 21,435. 21,435. Okay, cool. So, and now this one here, I decided, let me think here. Yes, we are going to do 100% all the way around Runes of Sacrifice for the tier 5, because I want to make sure that every tick I get as much blood as possible from these witches that we're gonna have down here. And so that is why we are, why you no go here. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, and we're also going to, while we're at it, place our beacons here. Thank you to Non-Sanity for all the free nether stars, because you need these on the corner. By the way, they don't need to work, but I figured it's gonna look cool if we have a bunch of beacons in the area. I don't mind that. I don't know if we can chisel them in this pack yet. All the way to here. Yes, there we go. Another beacon. And I put glass up here. You guys see that? Oh. Okay, I need to fix this here for a second. Or it's because there's a sneaky torch there. And doesn't take the actual... Oh, there's another one. Dang it. It doesn't actually take the block. It just takes the skin off the block. There we go. So now this should be our first tier 5. Where is my... There it is. Tier 5. Yay. And oh, check it out. Oh yeah, because we are in vanilla, not vanilla, but we are in 1.10.2, depending on what glass you have above it. It takes that, so I'm gonna have to go with clear glass here, or something else. I don't want this one to be green. That's kind of weird. I'll figure something out when I start decorating this place. Okay, and now, last but not least, on this one over here, I am doing a mix. I did some testing making the highest slates, okay? In case you're not familiar with Blood Magic the Altars, how it works is that the higher something is in tier, the faster it sucks blood off the altar already, okay? So if I make a regular slate at tier 1, I'm just making this number up, okay? And let's say it takes 30 seconds. Later on, if I'm at tier 5, it still takes 30 seconds. But if I make a tier 5 slate, it already speeds it up a lot, because that slate will take something like, 30,000 LP or something like that. So I did some testing, and I initially had this entire ring only speed runes, and I was not able to keep up. Okay, that was just too fast. So I decided to add a few more augmented capacity on this one at tier 5, because it is nice to have a little bit of a cushion, and well, it's actually a very big cushion, as you guys are gonna see here in a minute. So if we make something really big, you know how sometimes there's some things that require a lot of LP. I don't have anything on top of my head right now for it. So it's nice to just have extra LP, I think, in the altar here. And I didn't know what else to put here, because this is the production altar, right? And I cannot give up or go any higher with accepting blood, because, well, if I only pump out X amount over here, I can only accept X amount over there. Otherwise, some of it eventually is going to be wasted. So now let's see. I'm still gonna alternate here. And we are almost done with setting this up. I'm very excited, because I've never made... This goes all the way to the end, right? And please tell me that I counted right. That'd be horrible if at the last second here I miscounted. Yay, we got it right. No, I place them right. Alright, here we go. Now check out the capacity of this altar when I right click this. Tier 5 and 211,000 LP. Why does it show current? Oh yeah, you guys told me that these have some kind of an internal buffer, the altar, and I'm guessing that is what it can give off for pump, right? So even though we had 10,000 LP in here when we started, and it shows 0 right now, that only means that it's still there. It's not gone, but it's an internal buffer. And I'm guessing the internal buffer is a percentage of the capacity. So let's say it is 10%. So that would mean at tier nothing, or without any augmented capacity, it's probably a 1,000 internal. But now with this size, we probably have 21,113 internal buffer. But anyways, we got 2 tier 5 blood altars here, and I'm super excited about this. So now the next thing we need to do, you guys seen between episodes actually already moved the Well of Suffering over here. Alright, and I did some testing with the witches that I explained earlier I had problems with, but I made the soul cage right here. The soul cage and a tier 5 shard. And I'm not going to do anything else but simply place it here when we're ready. Probably one off the ground, so I can use a redstone signal, because the ritual you can actually disable with a redstone signal. Oh yeah, down here I gotta clean this mess up. I did some testing here with a entity detector, but the entity detector only works with true or false. It doesn't actually give off a different redstone signal depending on how many mobs are in the area. If you set it, hey, check for hostile mobs. If there is a hostile mob, it will turn redstone on. If there's not, it will not. So that was my problem here. How am I one slab too short? That's kind of weird. But anyways, so let's put this here and send the rest of this gobbledygook back. Now, what do we need to do here? I need to close this off here real quick and set up the redstone. And we did this over there the last time. So let me just go ahead and get all my... I don't need dark glass. I can just use glass because the tier 5 soul shard doesn't care. Anyways, guys, let me close this off and get it ready for our witches, and then we jumpstart this. Okay, so that's what the room down here looks like. And, let's see, where do I want this cage? I think right there. Like that. And I gotta have... Let's use... We're gonna put this right there so they cannot spawn on top there. That's it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So they can only spawn to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. They could... No, this is part of it. They can only spawn one above. So on this level and this level, as far as I know. I don't think they should be able to spawn out here. Famous last words, but I think that these runes are out here anyway, right? Yes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they cannot spawn there. So, and then of course here we're gonna need a transmitter. I want to have an override. The thing is automatically gonna stop spawning things when there's 22 witches. So I think for the time being, I'm gonna set this thing, I guess right there, like that, and turn it on. And we are going to use this guy, shift right click, channel 29. And we're gonna put that right there with a little bit of redstone paste. Like that. See? Now it's on. Okay. They cannot spawn above this block either. So now if I put this in here, they should not be spawning. Okay, they're not. Always scares me. Okay, and now we can close this off with some glass. Why is this making it darker? Does this look darker to you guys? Okay, I can still see in. That's what I wanted, just so I can look into here. Wait a second. Oh yeah, nothing else can spawn in the temple anyway, because it's in the temple. So no zombies or anything can spawn down there, even though it's red X's. Only guardians can spawn in here, but it needs water. Okay, so... And of course I forgot, I need to turn the thing on here first. So let's see, how much blood do I have? 150,000 LP, because I had this filled. So I can get my weak activation crystal. I do want to show you guys how fast this fills up there. Alright, so it is activated. Put this away. And close the hole. Turn this on. And now we should see witches spawn like crazy. Oh, I forgot the sound muffler. Yeah, and you see how many witches there are, and it's gonna stop probably now. It could be roughly 22 right there. Wow. Alright, this altar is already full, I guarantee you. Yes. It's already full. Oh boy, I apologize for that. We are going to have 2 come from underneath. Here, right here, that should work. And we are going to sound 1, 2, 3, because I have a 4th one on me. And we're gonna put that into these corners here. I probably want to take the upper corner. I wonder if that's gonna be enough. Okay, I mean, I can still hear them somewhat. I don't really hang around this altar much. Because if I hang around somewhere, it's gonna be on the other one. I might just add another sound muffler on the inside. Oh yeah, that's doable. That's not annoying. Probably can't even hear it up here anymore. Very, very, very faint. Perfect. All right, cool. Wow, did I really just do that? Oh my god, guys, I am such an idiot. I didn't even set up anything to pump the... I guess we can do that above. I think that's fine to see. Man, I can't believe I did that. Now, there's two ways we can do it. And I would like to try out one way first. And that is... Let me count here real quick. Do I have a measuring tape or something? Isn't there... No, I don't think there's a... Is there a tape or something in here? Yeah, there is. A tape measure. I thought that I made one of those before. Tape measure. Okay, what does it take to make you? I think I can... I don't have string? Is that even possible? Okay, the dandelion I can live with. Let me get a wool. Can I can probably put that into... Ooh, where can I put you into? Do you work in the enrichment factory? No. Do you work in a crusher? Oh, I gotta turn off the magnet. Do you work in there? Yeah, it does. We should see some string coming out. There it is. Okay, cool. I don't have any string. That is unbelievable. And let's get one dandelion. I just want to see how far this is away. And while we wait for this, I have... Are they still up here? No, I tore all this down a while ago where we had the booster. There's my 3 boosters right there. And I want to see a phantom. There we go. That is a phantom phase, liquid phantom phase. That's what I want to use. And I want to have 2 pipes. 2 of the advanced mechanical pipes because they do 4... Whoops, that's a little bit too much there. But that's fine. They do 4 buckets a tick. So where's my thingamajiggy here? My phantom, that thing right there. And I also need my configurator. Come on. This guy right there. Okay. So how this works is we're gonna take the phantom liquid phase and we're gonna put that over here. And we're gonna put that... Where do we put this? Do we want to put it right here? No, I want to put it right there. Give it to me. And then we're gonna put one of these right... What? What? I'm gonna make the ender fluid conduit. I checked in my single player world and then I remembered that the mechanism pipes do not connect to the altar. And I also made a high pressure pump from pressure pipes and some high pressure pipes. I want to see if these possibly connect. But, well, let me finish this real quick. So we got them. There we go. I wanted to show you guys this real quick. Check this out. Chisel and Bits. And I am pretty sure this is Technojack. Technojock. Sorry. Techno. The Cobblemen are coming to get us all. Flee while you can. It is really cool what he left here. I checked his videos. He did not show it. But he left these guys everywhere. These Cobblemen. And I think they are so cool. I'm gonna keep them. Maybe not right here, but I think I'm gonna even make a copy with the pattern thingy from Chisel and Bits, and I'm gonna place more of them. I really, really like them. They turned out awesome, and I think his character looks really good too. Chiseled this very nicely. Is this Braveheart? I think it's supposed to be Braveheart, right? I don't know, I forgot this guy's name. They're here, there's a couple more here, and there's also one down in the altar section. But anyway, let's see if we can get this going. I would like to... Here's the thing this is insane how much blood this is gonna pump out, right? And this thing says 200 millibuckets a tick. So, that means every... I guess it's still very fast because... Oh, it's max IO 800 millibuckets a tick. So that means there would be 4 buckets a second, right? Because 20 ticks. So 5 ticks is a bucket. And you fit that 4 times into 20. So it should be 4 buckets a tick. So that would be enough. But I do want to connect this thing here. I really would like to try this. Do I have a tank? Just so we can see if this thing pumps. Yes, I do. Wait, this is empty, I hope? I don't know. Let's put it over here. I have never used these pumps from pressure pipes. Site has no connections. I don't know if this needs to be part of a the tank. What is it called? At pressure. They have a whole tank system, don't they? High pressure router, tank controller, yeah. I'm guessing that this needs to be... because it's not doing anything. Okay, so we're just gonna use the Ender IO one. I'm pretty sure that these right here are not going to connect to this either. No. Okay. So we're just gonna have to go. That's the only other option we have. Let me just send this back. And we only need one of these, and I need this wrench. And that's fine that we are connecting this right now. It's really hard to see. Right there somewhere. There we go. This is gonna be extract. Always active. And it's going to go into here. It doesn't pump yet because this is not connected. Okay? That is what I made this tape measure for. I wanted to tape from here. Did you place this tape? I don't know. How far is this to over here? Hello? What? What? 1B? How does this work? Oh, right click and drag to measure. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Not what I wanted, but fine. 2 meters, 1 block. 44 meters, 13 blocks. Okay. It is a very weird tape measure, but it worked. So it's about 44 blocks. So we're at least gonna need 2 of these, so I'm just gonna put all 3 for now. Because I think by default the phantom faces are 16 block. And now we are gonna connect this. Connection was cleared. I think I have to click on this guy first. And then guys, don't forget, this is empty right now, okay? I'm gonna try to get back over here as fast as I can. Block connected. Go, 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 go. And get the measuring stick out. Oh my god, don't get stuck on everything. Already 16,000 LP. 26,000. 35,000. 45,000. You guys see, this is filling bananas fast. This is unbelievable. I am loving this. This is what all this was about. I have literally unlimited LP now. There is no way that I can ever use this. And of course, I'm gonna show you guys here, as soon as it's full in like a second and a half, I do want to show you guys a blank slate. You guys remember last time? I think it was last time. We ended on the blank slate. I showed you how fast it was making that with just a few of the speed upgrades. But now that we have I forgot now. 36, right? I think 36 speed upgrades over here. And this is full. Oh, almost. Now it's full. Guys, this is bananas, okay? And of course, this guy over here is also going to be full in just a second. It's still... I think it filled the internal buffer now. And... full. So both of them are full. This one holds 10% of that one over there. Okay? So this is really crazy how much LP we have. And the coolest thing is, of course, while I craft over there, while I do my business, I can leave my orb in here. It doesn't matter. Okay? So my network will also never run out. I never need to take it out over there. I'm really happy about this, and I wanted to see real quick the beacons. It's a little noisy here now. But hey, I definitely want to do the whatchamacallit, the beacon effect. I think that'd be cool. So check it out. I'm going to let's put them in here. Let's just make 16. I really don't need any more blank runes. And I'm gonna turn this guy on. And check it out. Done. Now it's starting whenever the red particles... It takes like a second and a half once the red particles are starting. Look at this. Done. This is bananas, okay? And let's go ahead and make a few more of these highest ones. Just so we can actually see it sucking it down. You guys are gonna see when we get to the... what color is this? The next one here, mint color. This is kind of a green. This is this one now. When it starts, this with 36 will suck you dry. And this pool doesn't even move. Okay, that's how fast I make blood, guys. Whoops. This is not where I wanted to go, but let's fly back down here. Guys, it's probably a super long episode, but it was well worth it. We played around with refined storage, and we get our dual altar setup going here. I still am gonna dress up a lot of it here between episodes. I think on the outside here, I might do, I don't know, some kind of a decoration, but I don't think much. I think it's fine. The same over here. I think these are okay. Maybe something in here, a little bit chisel and bits work or something. And on the inside, I'm gonna have to think about what we want to do, okay? Now, before we end the episode, don't leave just yet. I am getting close to 500 episodes here very soon. I think this one is going to be upload 493 or 494, something like that. And at 500 episodes, I would like to make a little special episode. Not exactly sure yet what I'm going to build or play in that episode, but I wanted to do a Q&A. I've never done a Q&A, and I think 500 episodes in now, I should do so. So, if you have any questions you would like to ask me and answer during that 500 episode special, go ahead and send me a message on YouTube or on the ftog.net website, okay? Just send me a private message there. I think the best way would be on YouTube itself. So we all know how to get to there. Just click on my name and say send message. And ask me a question. You can ask me whatever you want, and I'll decide what I will answer. If they're too personal, I won't, of course. But ask away. Whatever you guys want to know. You can also ask me multiple questions, and then I may choose one or whatever. But I need questions. Okay? Let's just leave it at that. There's another one of these cobblemen. So I think this altar setup, this dual altar setup, is pretty epic. We got all the LP in the world. And I think next episode we're gonna do something different. I'm not exactly sure yet what, but I'd like to do a little bit something different. And then another episode we'll come back again to Blood Magic and play with this armor. And there's so many other things still that we haven't seen in Blood Magic. There's also a way of item transport that I would like to play around with. Where are these little thingies? Right, there's a routing node and so on. There's a lot of cool things still here. Not as much as used to be. And I definitely want to take a look at the alchemy table. I have not done anything with that. Demon crystallizer. Oh yeah, there's also a way to automate the demon shards and all kinds of things. But anyways, I think now we have 3 episodes in a row with Blood Magic. Next time we're going to do something else. And my throat is really dry, so I got to be quiet. Hope you enjoyed the episode. And ask your questions. Message on YouTube. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.